They say winning ain't everything. Well, we don't have them type conversations over here, man. Had that conversation with the losers. We trying to win at everything we do. Even in the loss, we don't see defeat. We see a lesson learned. Straight up. Look, I came into this world in 1978. The doc looked me in my face and knew I was something great. 45, 42 Prescott, that's where I'm from. Grew up in the slums around dope dealers and bums. As humble as I was, I adapted to my habitat. In my own lane though, far from where they crashing at. Dumb bar graduate, the game I'd have mastered it. Served in the Navy, look, y'all don't know the half of it. Pops passed in 01, moms passed last year. I know they up in heaven smiling down, crying mad tears, cause they son making it. No telling where I'm taking it. My city been cursed, but I feel that I'm breaking it. Coached at Wayne High in 15 in one state. Seen the fork in the road and went straight. I know what I'm worth. I'm OG King Kirk, Brooklyn Nets gaming crew legend. Let's work.
Hey, this is OG King Kirk, your host of the OG2CENTS podcast. I want to thank each and every one of you who continue to tune in each and every episode. We truly appreciate it. Make sure you stop by YouTube, hit the subscribe button, give us a like, share it, comment if you like the content. Also, you can go to every major streaming source and subscribe to the podcast as well. That's on Apple, iHeart, Spotify, you name it, we're there. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's continue to stand up against any forms of social injustice. And remember, this episode is brought to you by Zenny Blocks. Make sure to armor your eyes with Zenny Blocks virtual clear blue blockers. It's important to protect your eyes from the harmful blue lights from your digital screens, so you have less eye strain, and that makes for better sleep and performance. Check them out at zenny.com/gaming or follow them at Zenny Gaming on Twitter and Instagram. This episode 87, catching up with Fab. Fab has been arguably one of the best players to ever touch the sticks on 2K. You know, he's played in the first 4 seasons of the NBA 2K League. While his story as a pro gamer has been put on pause, he'll always be an important part of the league's history. During the season 1 draft, Fab was taken with the 2nd overall pick by Celtics Crossover Gaming. His most memorable run was during his 2nd year, during which he averaged 22.3 points per game, 12.5 assists that season. He was also one of 5 MVP finalists and led Celtics Crossover Gaming to his first playoff appearance. In November of 2020, Fab was traded in a blockbuster deal to Cavs Legion GC for a pair of first-round picks. During his long season in Cleveland, he was 5th in the league in scoring, nearly 30 points a game, and was also top 10 in assists at 10.3 per game. Most recently, Fab has been dedicated to his YouTube channel and creating content. Without further ado, I want to bring y'all Fab. Fab, what's going on with you? How you doing, man?
As always, Kurt, whenever I talk to you, LT, Rico, Famous, Comp, man, I appreciate you for giving me a voice. Appreciate you for giving players a voice, empowering us, and being a great dude. Thank you for having me on this podcast. I appreciate you very much.
Nah, no doubt, man. No doubt. I mean, you know, Fab, you always, for what I know, like, you always been one of the good guys. Like, I mean, you never gave me no headaches, even back in the NPBA days, and that's when we first met. So, you know, you always been somebody now that I think it's been a pleasure to watch you grow over the time during your 2K League career, especially what you and Rico was able to put together during your time in Boston, and just watching that transformation. And now you've been a lot more vocal. I was just talking to Steve about you the other day when I told him I was going to have you on the podcast, is that I don't always know when to take you serious now, because you say so much, and it seems like you do so much trolling, but it's all in good laughs and fun. At least the way I see it, but you may be serious sometimes, but I don't know. But man, what's going on with you? I see the YouTube. Know you still playing the game. let us know what's going on with you while you haven't been in the league this year.
So pretty much, unfortunate stuff happened. I can't really talk much about it. Hopefully, I'm back next season. I think I should be back, but it's up to the league, and hopefully, I'm back. But after that, I decided to kind of take control of my own destiny, my own life. Um, I've been luckily, I've been saving a little bit of money since I was in the league. The first 2 seasons was bad. I spent all my money on DoorDash, and Fusion would have flippers, flip flops. I wanted to be like him, so I bought some. Whole time his family's rich, mine's not. So I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I don't have money like that, and I don't care about clothing. I wear the same clothes every day because that's what my mom does. Like, we just grew up like that. So I'm like, forget that. Season 1 and 2, I lost money, stuff like that. But I'm in a fortunate position where I saved up a little bit of money. I invested in stuff. All the markets are down right now. Recession talk, all that. So it kind of financially kind of looks kind of bad. But I believe when everything's come back, I'll be in a good position. But also, I've been focusing on coding. I want to be a coder one day. I've been studying for that. Hopefully, in a couple months, I could get a coding job or something, and have that on the side. But my main focus is I've been going all in on content. I really believe that if me, Ramo, Dimes, like how you're the OG, like that gave us a platform. You, Famous, Rico, Comp, LT, like I believe all of us in that little circle, if we all had content from the start, people look up to Young Precise and stuff. Pro Am, like he has 200K. Man, I get so mad at myself because I'm like, damn, like we could hit 300K, and like people tell me, nah, it's too much. Nah, there was no market for Pro Am, and we could hit 300K. We could retire off YouTube and stuff like that, and it kind of hurts me when I see it. But we kind of inspired the younger generation, like Spam. Spam is killing it on YouTube and Twitch, and he kind of sees the mistakes that me, Dimes, Rainbow, JT, we talk about. Like, damn, I wish we did this. But Spam is 18 and he has a good Twitch, a good YouTube. So it's kind of like I kind of wish I did the content way earlier because I kind of had nothing to show for it. But in my mind this season, I was like, hey, man, I'm studying my coding stuff. I still love 2K. I'm not going to play post-draft tourneys every night. I'll load it once a week, play these team-ups, do something I enjoy on 2K, don't burn myself out. But let me give back to the community. Let me do some tips and tricks. Let me do gameplay. Let me do my YouTube. I started the YouTube, and I kind of fell in love with it. I'm like, let me just do this. Let me hit this certain number before 2K23. At 2K23, I'm going to post every day. And then hopefully I blow up. And I'm going all in on 2K this year. And if it doesn't work out, I just know I gave it my best. But if it works out, I'm going to be proud of myself because this is probably the most down moment in my life. Me and you talk about it, Kurt, in Vegas. I was kind of really stressed because, man, a year ago, I was 160 pounds. And now I'm like 250. I gained like 100 pounds in a year. I've been starting to go to the gym recently, but yeah, it's man, I've been recording some stuff on the side, so when March comes, it's gonna be like a whole transformation. I got some like movie stuff planned, man, for next draft area time if I'm eligible. I just got some content planned, seeing the ups and downs of my life where I've been going through, hopefully motivate players that don't get picked or out the league, because this is a new experience for me, and I just want to share my experiences, what I've been going through.
No, I mean that's good. I mean, and trust and believe. I've been there. Like I know what it's like to go through some tough times, and not always putting yourself first and taking care of yourself and doing the best things for your health and not only your health but your mental health. So I mean I know what that's like, and trust me, I'm always just a phone call away or a text away, man. Like I mean, I always say this. I was one of the few guys that was actually giving my phone number out back in back in the GG, way before all this, just creating bonds and relationships with players. But, you know, outside of the YouTube grind, I know you still been playing. You know, I think I've been seeing you. You know, now we got this is the thing that you've been talking about the most. Is like we got the overnight tournaments, we got the day tournaments, we got all this going on, and in the midst of post draft, and now we got the UPA coming up. But just kind of talking that order about, you know, what events you've been playing in, who you've been playing with, and how's that been going?
Uh, I've been playing this whole off season with my guy Kyler. Shout out to Kyler and that big contract, man. You know, he got a he got a good little contract. I don't think I'll ever be seeing him online again. So, hey, he worked hard for it. But yeah, it sounds ridiculous. But I spent my whole suspension off season thingy with Kyler Murray and his friends Hollywood. I love Hollywood. That's a great guy. Yeah, me, Hollywood Kyler. I post some videos on YouTube. We beat a lot of top 5 picks for the next year's draft, you know? So that man Kyler can hoop. He could quick stop. He's crabbing these top 5 locks. It was a sight to see, you know, seeing someone that good at 2K. So I spent my offseason with him. But most importantly, like, I would tell him my situation, and there'll be rumors about him in the media saying he's a bad leader, bad person, whatever. But man, he gave me some like insightful stuff. He's like, it sounds cliche, but he's like, your time is coming. Just work hard. Like, use this time. Stay low key. Just stay nose to the ground. Just work hard. And then, you know, next year when everything comes to me, everyone's gonna say, "Oh, he got lucky. He got this." But no, I worked hard for it when, you know, when I was down. Like, I low-key didn't want to do this interview, Kurt, because I wanted to stay low-key. But I'm like, no, I love Kurt. I love what he's trying to do. This is a positive platform. But yeah, that meaning is true though. Just stay down, just stay out the way, and just keep grinding until it's your time. And I feel like my time is gonna be 2023. So I'm just staying quiet, just on my grind. With overnight tourneys, I just think like the stuff MPB and WR would do where we would match up in these playoffs or tournaments a week later, it brings anticipation and hype to it. Like, why do I want to see Spam versus Greens when I seen that yesterday? Why do I have to see that today again or tomorrow? Like, it doesn't entice me as much, you know? I feel like it kind of waters down Pro-Am right now.
No, I never thought of it like that. I mean, and then the funny thing about it is, it's hard to think of it like that when in the beginning people were playing just for the sole love of the game and for those hype matchups and things of that nature. Like, it wasn't, let me try to win as much as I can, or, you know, gain more attention. And mind you, I mean, I respect everybody doing their own thing. Like I even mentioned when we had the, you know, conversation on Twitter about all of that. But at the same time, I'm not staying up every night to 3, 4, or 5 o'clock in the morning to watch Pro-Am, because if you remember my saying, what I used to say, you don't play your best Pro-Am the later it gets. Like, the later it gets into the morning, you're not playing your best Pro-Am. Everybody's not playing their best Pro-Am. So it's not always even something to watch at this point. And now it's so unfortunate because with the way 2K is set up and the way everybody has to quit out to keep, you know, keep the attribute and everything and all that, it really just takes a lot of the luster out of it. But I definitely get that.
The same thing you said about quitting out, doing that. So the rare time I was streaming on Twitch, it was like a big little matchup. It was against Chalk. We did like a little wager. Me and Kyler versus Chalk, and scoring at 38. It was a good little matchup. And so it was game 1. It was like an overtime game, and we dashed, but there were so many overnight games going on that me and Chalk's viewers went from like 100 something plus, like each, to it dropped to 70, just like that. And then once the game starts, they all come back. It's like, damn, like I remember the old days were like people would wait, hear the game plan, you know. But I feel like TikTok and the overnights, it's like people's attention span. They don't want to just wait and see you load up. They're on the next overnight game, next overnight. It's kind of hard to build a fan base these days. You know, it's kind of tough. But I feel like at the same time, overnight gave Gazuli a chance to blow up. Gazuli went from like a no name. Now he has like 4,000 on Twitch. He's averaging like 100 viewers a night. I don't know. I feel like overnight gives some people opportunities, but also waters the scene down because it's kind of tough for UPA. How are you going to market this matchup when they matched up every day this week? You know?
Yeah, I think, and you just made a great point. It's always pros and cons to everything. In certain events, certain people are going to benefit more than others, and then vice versa in other events. So I think that's definitely a point worth noticing. Like you mentioned players like that. I mean, of course, it's our responsibility, as GMs, is keep our eyes and ears to the streets and stuff like that, and know what's going on in the amateur scene. But with everything going on, no real schedule or structure to what's going on. It's hard to catch everybody. I mean, I think in our aspect of it, sometimes it can be good for it to be oversaturated, so you can have a chance to at least get your eyes on prospects here and there. But overall, I will agree with you that it does kind of take some luster off certain events because people just look right over it. I can't remember the time that I've heard doing post draft that you hear about a big matchup. Like
Yeah.
people don't. It's not really being pumped or anything like that. I mean, especially not always marketed the same because I remember as much promo as we used to push out, but also it's like 30,000 more leads now than it was back then too. So
Yeah.
that makes a big difference.
Oh,
Are
yeah,
you
for sure.
are you going to Philly?
Oh, I'm not going to Philly, sadly.
Okay. What you know a lot of the teams and players that are going to Philly?
Yeah, yeah. I know a lot of the prospects. I've gotten so much DMs about them saying play point guard, shooting guard. A lot of teams want me to play lock. I feel like I'm an amazing lock. I played it a little bit. I played every position this post draft. I feel like one of my worst positions is center. You know, I thought center was gonna be way easier than it was. Kind of got humbled a little bit, but yeah, I feel like I play point guard, shooting guard. I dominate all these guys. I'm the type of dude I load up once a week, just let them know how dominant I am. But one thing I would tell all these guys when they DM me is like, I don't I don't really play for the money. I play to win. I play to prove people wrong. I play to take care of other people. I don't really care about money. Like I care about like this is my passion. And I feel like I'm just ever since the news came, this 2K, I'm just not passionate about this 2K. And I don't want to cheat the guys that are going to Philly that really want to make the money. And I just told them like I don't feel like getting on 2K right now and playing every day because that's what I'm gonna do on 2K23. I'm not gonna burn myself out. I know how this goes. I'm just gonna make my content, relax. I'm starting to go to the gym again. I'm starting to get my mental right. I'm doing my school stuff for coding. Just got a lot of stuff right now. And I was just telling them like I don't want to cheat you guys because they want to play every night. And I was like, I can't do that. And you guys have to find somebody else. And I see Chalk made a free agent post. Me and Chalk, we would be. I feel like we would have been great. We would have took that over, but I just don't want to cheat them. I just feel bad about like not playing every night. And yeah, 2K23 is gonna be different though.
Okay. I mean, just keeping it out on you for a second is I want you to kind of like talk about yourself and like some of the changes that you've made that could benefit you going forward. What are some of the stigmas or things that you think that was surrounding you now that you've worked on and moving forward?
Um, I would say so. Season two, we were 1-5, and I was just Am I allowed to like semi-curse on here?
Oh yeah, no, it's open platform. Open platform.
So season 2, I was just on people's ass, and we were 1-5. As you guys know, I was way more cocky back then. I was on some like, I don't care who you put around me, we're gonna win. So we might as well have good vibes around us because we're gonna win regardless. That's kind of a terrible mindset if you think about it. Because season 1, we skipped out on shots. I imagine we had shots in the beginning of 2K. You know, we had shots in the 2K league, but it probably had so many trophies. But we skipped out on shots. We took my friends, and just that memory plays in your head that you skipped out on this superstar player. So when you see certain players sleeping, missing practice, don't care, you kind of get on that ass a little bit. You're like, what the hell are you doing? You're like this, wake up, hit your shots, play defense. And that worked season 2. We went from 1-5 to 9 straight, and we made offs. And it's like, man, people were like, yo, this guy fab like Tom Brady, like he's motivational, all this. Now season 3 comes, we had a little bit bad internet, whatever, no excuses, because we went to a place with better internet, still got flooded. And at that point, it was us, no excuses. And everyone knows they're my friends. My teammates are my friends. And they didn't care. And The Last Dance by Michael Jordan came out the worst moment because I felt motivated and fired up by the way Michael Jordan talked. And we're over there 0-8, and I'm trying to talk like Michael Jordan. But at that point, you're just kicking a horse when it's down. Your teammates know they're playing bad. They know the season isn't going well. They know it's terrible. And you just keep kicking them when they're down, saying like, yo, what the hell are we doing? Just calling out people on the gameplay. It was just childish at that point. I look back at it now, and I'm like, let the coach handle that, I felt like Rico was handling it very well. I feel like he was on their ass. He was getting people better. The thing about Rico, man, like, the reason I will always love him, like, till I die, that's, like, my guy forever. I will always love him till I die. He puts in overtime. Like, he could just his job's done, go 9 to 5 specific time range. He keeps putting up these extra hours. I'm just thinking to myself, like, damn, like, why are you going so hard? But he just loves it so much. He puts his all into this. He loves it so much. And it makes me cry because, like, it was making me cry back then because it's like, someone's got to help him. Someone's got to step up. I'm thinking I'm like the PG, the leader. Let me step up. But that wasn't my situation to get into. Because at that point, I'm on their ass. I'm cussing them out. I'm saying stuff like this, trying to help my coach out. But the whole time, they don't care. And that's my coach's responsibility. At that point, it's just like, it's low-key like I'm bullying them. Like, we're trash. We're out the playoffs. Why am I still going so hard? Part of me wanted to, we could win the ticket. We could do this. We could do this. And then the rest of the team was kind of like, it's over. Like, let's just go home, And then, yeah, as you guys see my suspensions, it's always COVID protocol and stuff like that, which is very dumb, like, by me. Like, it's done by me. Like, I know what the rules are. I chose to break them, and, like, I suffer the consequences. That's why you don't see me on Twitter or anything bashing anybody. Like, it's my consequence. It's my choices, and it's gonna lead to consequences. So it's like no one to blame but myself. And yeah, COVID is a serious thing. It's selfish because people could get sick, something could happen. It's just like, and I did selfish decisions. And that's not, I learned from that big time. Like, that's a very serious thing. I'm not supposed to play around with it. And yeah, just learning from my mistakes. Season 1 and 2, people put cameras in my face. I don't know if it's because I was fat as hell or I wasn't confident or if I didn't care about content. But they're like, do this content, and I'll say no. Season 3 and 4, I was like, hey, give me the camera, let me do this content. I feel like the more as I grow, the more I realize content pays the bills. Content gives you exposure, it gives your team money, gives your team help. I feel like all these young guys, including me when I was young, like, we don't care about content. Just give us the controller, let us play. But nah, man, content goes a long way. And you see me starting to do my YouTube, my Twitch, everything. So Yeah, I'm just growing up, man. Like season 1 and 2, I just look back at myself and I just like shiver, like, wow, I was really like that. Like it's just cringe when you look back at it. Just don't be cringe, you know? Just learn from my mistakes.
Well, you know what that is though, Fab. I mean, it feel good to hear you say that because at the end of the day, that's how you know you're growing. When you can look back on situations and you actually upset with yourself and how you went about it. Like, I'm not saying that like you don't live in regret, but you become aware of things that you used to do that you no longer do. And that's how you grow at the end of the day. I think for the most part, I mean, I'm sure you've experienced it a lot as a player, or even if you haven't experienced, you heard about it. But something that a lot of players don't realize when they grind hard and then make it to the league, it's like some people get content and they get comfortable. And I've been saying this over and over. It's always two types of 2K League professionals. The one before players, the one before the check and the one after the check. Like it's two different sides to that. Like, I mean, I've seen a lot of players flip a switch once they make it into the league and they getting a nice amount of money, which is most of the time people talk as if, I don't know, when 30 or 40K per 6 months has never been a lot of money. I never understood when I hear people say that, especially between the ages of 18 and 20, 23, 24. Like most people are not even making that much money a year, let alone per 6 months. So just to see how certain people respond to once they get the contract, once they get in the league, and those that thrive and is playing well, they tend to do okay. But the ones that are struggling and not having the best, seasons or careers, they kind of, they the ones that kind of want to tuck and run because, your time is ticking. You come in the league and you're not playing well, it definitely starts ticking. I want to get your thoughts on season 5 of the 2K League. I mean, if you've been watching, just get some different thoughts on your opinions on how some players have been playing that you may like, some teams, some surprises. Just give me a full Fab breakdown if you've been paying attention to 2K League, the 5v5 and 3v3.
3v3, I'm gonna be honest with 3v3. I see players bashing all the time on Twitter. And me personally, I don't watch it because of the players. Like, I don't want to throw no players under the bus, but you bash it, I'm not watching it. So I don't watch 3v3. Maybe other people feel like that too. Man, I remember people would say, I think a few coaches would say that, like, stop bashing the league on Twitter because other people is gonna rub people off the wrong way. Now that I'm out the league and I see people talk about it in a negative way, I don't watch 3v3. I don't care about that. But man, that's all for other people. So 5v5, it's interesting a little bit. It's interesting how much the game changes. Uh, last 2K, man, last 2K was so fun as a point guard in the league. If you weren't a point guard in the league last 2K, you missed out because that was fun. Like everyone looked good. Um, I remember the Mavs. They took a traditional point guard, Dimes, off point guard. They put Jen at point guard, and Jen is dropping 30, 40 bombs on us. Like it was ridiculous. If you just knew how to fade and score, you were a elite point guard. And now you're not doing that point guard. You got to be more of a playmaker. You got to set people up, run some plays. The people that are scoring at a high level, like Dre, that's impressive. Like scoring at a high clip. It's kind of like the numbers kind of look like season 2 numbers, like the point guard numbers, like 25 points per game, 22 in the 20s, high assist numbers. If you're efficient and have a good defense, you win. And it's kind of like season 2. I think the little contested shots need to go down a little bit, contested shots. But yeah, I feel like season 2 league build, not just because I was successful in it, but I just feel like you look across in season 2 league build, you look across to see who the point guard is. Obviously, it wasn't as many good point guards as there are now. There's so many good point guards. But you would look across and you're like, I know he can't get his team involved. I know he can't score. I know he can't balance scoring and passing. and you know you got the advantage. I feel like the past two 2Ks in the league build, it's kind of like you don't. It's kind of like a coin flip. You don't know what's gonna happen on the scoring end. Someone might hit a contested shot. Something might happen here. I feel like just a little bit more consistency. But me personally, I do like this league build better than last because I felt like last league build anyone could score, and I don't know how the hell Wizards was limited teams to 50 points. I don't know. That's a mystery.
Nah, I agree, and I happen to be one of those teams that had to face the Wizards.
I
So
don't know how they did that.
yeah, that you know, I want. Why are you talking about something? Because this is something I've debated a time or two. The term point guard. I honestly don't believe it's a lot of point guards in the 2K league anymore. Like when I think of the point guards, I think of the game managers, the signal callers, not the ones that just hit the slip or just the obvious. Like you've always been one of the elite passers. Shock has always been one of the elite passers. I think, Keena has been one of the best leaders and game managers. I think a lot of times, a lot of the elite guards that play point guard, they're elite scorers. Like, when I think about those guys, like when you mentioned Dre, like Dre is one of the few guards that always scare me in this league that plays point guard because he can score at any given time. Like he'll take shots that most guards won't take. Not beyond making them, he'll take them. You have to be on your P's and Q's all the time. Bradian is another one that I think is more of an elite scorer. Reg when he's doing his thing, like it's coming down to being more like combo guards. Like they assist numbers is lower, but scoring is up. And just, I guess I know a lot of times that's just due to the transition of the game. Some years point guards score more. Some, in this 2K, shooting guards was kind of in the beginning. It was more about, getting your two guard involved and them getting up a lot of shots because, the build is more of a scoring build than the point guard build. But it still comes down at the end of the day where we always talk about skill gap, but we never want to give credit anyway when it is skill gaps because you will see certain PGs and shooting guards do things that obviously other PGs and shooting guards are not doing. So it's always interesting to have those type conversations.
One thing I'll say, Kurt, my fault, I cut you
Nah,
off.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, man, Bear's in a spot I want to be in. Bear's in a spot where the comp community kind of like hates on him, don't appreciate him that much, but he has the love from
Agreed.
everyone else. Like in the beginning, season 1, I'm just like, man, I want the comp community to love me. I don't care about like the randoms, But now, nah, man, the bigger community matters way more than the little small comp community because Bear's gonna be paying his bills for a long time because of YouTube and all that. But I just want to say, like, people say Bear is good because of Kai. Sometimes I sit back like, hey, if I play shooting guard for Bear, I'm aggressive on defense. I get some steals. I'm not saying like I'm a catch and shoot player like Kai, but I'm like, man, Mama can play with Bear. I feel like I can play, some shooting guards, we just don't give Bear the respect. And Kai, I feel like Kai's MVP talent. Bear is good. That whole team is good. But people tend to like shame Bear. What shooting guard is going to fail under Bear? Like, I feel like a lot of shooting guards would be good. I feel like Kai would make a lot of point guards good. That was a perfect mix. And people don't appreciate how good Bear is. The comp community does not appreciate him because he doesn't dribble a lot, doesn't dribble flashy, like stuff like that. We got to take a step back and realize how special Bear is because he can make any shooting guard good, and Kai can make any point guard good. It just looks crazy just seeing that.
No, I agree. And the thing about it is something in our community is that if you don't play according to the meta, you weird or or any other choice word they want to throw out there. And I mean, and it's funny, like I don't know I don't know why I didn't mention Bear, but because I really wasn't trying to go all the way down the list and all of that, but I was just giving out a few examples. But he is one who's always played the way he wanted to play.
Yeah.
And most of the time he was, he got his name and came up from just playing with family and friends. Like, I mean, nobody's story is probably as good as his. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, and then now it's made him have the ability where he's always been able to play with no matter what coming into the league, and then now, of course, they put together a great team over there, and of course he's gonna thrive and play well. And I mean, and it's crazy to think that since the Wizards have won back to back, people forget like Bear was the last champ before that. Like, I mean, and that's just proves that how dominant that the Wizards have been. But I mean, here it is, Bears, chasing a chip, and I mean, and it's kind of funny because I was gonna say it kind of seems like it's eluding him, but we're talking about his second, not his first. So it's gonna be interesting to see that. You talk like very vaguely about your return to the 2K League. I just want you to just talk about what would it mean for you to return to the 2K League?
Oh man, if they had an in-person event, I think I would go viral with how emotional I would be. I think I'll break down crying because I know how hard it is to get back in. I know when people say rumors and stuff like that, like I know how it is. Like this community is it gets younger and younger each year, but also they know it's a competition. They know it's like one less spot. It's one more spot for them. It's kind of like a dog eat dog world, which is kind of like understandable. This is a great job to have, but I'll be really emotional because all the obstacles I had to overcome, all the growing, all the pain, and just like just all the pain. The whole first month, I was crying when I got the suspension, not for myself, but like I was thinking to myself, damn, I set up the Cavs. Like you gotta realize, Kurt, like man, my last year in the Celtics, like the way I was treating like my coach, my director, I was showing them like respect and love, and like Cleveland, I showed nothing but respect and love, and like we loved each other. Like it was really like tight bond in Cleveland, and we was looking so forward to this season, and like I let them down the whole month. I was thinking like, damn, you know how players usually are, Kurt. Like they're off a team, and they pray on that team's downfall because they don't want that team to do better without them. Man, when it's not your fault at all, Kurt, and you put the team in a bad situation, I was just watching every Cavs game praying they won. I'm like, man, I do not want to put them boys in a situation like that. And it was unfortunate, like they were doing kind of bad, and it's just like, damn, I felt responsible for that. And just knowing everything I'm going through and just all the obstacles. Because I'm not gonna lie and say I don't care about the league. Man, I love the league. I'm giving the 2K thing one more shot, one last year, all in, 24/7, all in type of thing. And yeah, it'll mean the world to me because I know the ups and downs I'm overcoming. I just keep getting these setbacks. I move forward, and I get a setback, and then I learn. And I move forward, I get a setback, and I learn. And I'm just tired of keep setting myself back. I feel like I'm just taking this time learning that. And I needed a break from the league. It humbled me. The league is moving on without me. They don't care about me. It's kind of humbling. Like I'm thinking, like man, I'm fab, man. Like I'm a goat at PG, but they don't care. Like the league moves on without you. That sounds crazy, but like the league does not care. It moves on without you. Stay down, keep getting better, stuff like that. And Cleveland was a transition to me becoming a man because you can ask anyone in Cleveland, was Fab a great teammate? Man, all of them say positive things about me. I feel like they all love me as a teammate. And the main guy, Oreo, Rim, Mario, I love all my teammates, but them guys, they always say positive things about me, and I love them very much. I'm happy to see them doing good in the league. So shout out to them. Shout out Strainer, got a 2K. And yeah.
Gotcha, man. Well, of course, I'm gonna be rooting for you, and I mean, I think as long as I've been in this community, my thing is just want to see growth, from everybody. I mean, even those that are considered to be doing well is just to continue to grow. Because I mean, that's for everybody. I mean, even for myself, like I mean, I learn more and more each year on how to, how I want to run a team better and how I want to do things better. 2K related, business related, the whole nine, regarding SGC. So I wish that for everybody, because that's only the truly the way that you're gonna get to where you're trying to go in the field of competition, and it takes all of that. At this point of the show, as OG wants to know, is rapid fire questions, answer open and honestly as possible. Favorite thing to do when you're not playing 2K?
Favorite thing I do when I'm not playing 2K? Oh man, probably doing the crypto NFT, like in the Discord, trading them, trying to flip them, make profits.
Right. Best teammate you ever played with?
Damn. Skill wise or like teammate wise?
Teammate.
Man, Big Rim, that guy. Love that guy.
Best player
Best
you ever
player?
played with?
I have to go with
Oreo. Best 2K of all time.
Best 2K of all time, 2K17. There was no meta. You see point guards like Dev Goss with Sharps winning stuff. And then there's point guards, post scores, 2K17.
Got you. Season 5 MVP.
Season 5 MVP. Damn. I say Bear, man.
Okay. Season 5 Rookie of the Year.
Season 5 Rookie of the Year. You got to give it to Gallo.
3v3 and 5v5 champion.
3v3, 5v5 champions. 3v3. I think the Celtics win it. I think the Celtics win 3v3. And 5v5. Damn. 5v5. I'll say Sixers.
Okay. Season 5 Coach of the Year.
Damn, you say it's rapid, but it's just like, oh my god, I just don't know. Like, Nick, it'll have to be Nick, right?
Hey, it's your call.
Yeah, I'll go with Nick. Yeah.
Season 5 Most Improved.
Most improved. I mean, I don't watch the league that much to know that, but the loudest is Cooks, so I'm gonna go with the loudest. Give Cooks most improved.
Okay. Your favorite 2K League moment. Your favorite.
My favorite 2K League moment. Damn. Oh, okay. After we lost, no, it was against y'all. It was against y'all in Vegas.
Oh my God.
It was against y'all in Vegas, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't play 2K19 at all. I didn't, and I was really bad at 300, so I needed a popper. And then like, you guys banned the popper, and then I had to play with a master. And then Otto, my teammate at the time, he was like, he's not toxic, he's a great guy. He was kind of like trolling. He was like, "Oh no, fam, what you gonna do? You don't have a popper out there. We about to get flooded." I'm like, wow, people really think I'm that bad. And then like, I went crazy. I think I had like 35-15 or something, and we won. And then we beat the first seed Pacers, and like, we were on fire. We just lose to our kryptonite, the Sixers. But that was the thing. Like, I know you guys weren't being disrespectful. It was strategic. Like, I wasn't playing with a basher, but that kind of like turned around our season, because it's like, in my mind, I was like, everyone thinks I'm ass. So I got locked in. No one thinks I can play with a masher. And then I locked in, and then we won 9 straight. I think that was the turning point of our season.
Got you. At this time, just before we get out of here, I just want you to plug, your YouTube, your social handles where people can follow you and find all of your content.
Yeah, so my YouTube is OFAB. Type in OFAB. You guys can see my content. My content is designed to help you guys. A lot of these pro players don't want to let you know the secret builds, badges, all this. I don't want like disrespect any YouTubers, but the comp player community and the best players, they're not really seen as much. So when you have an opportunity to follow comp players like Bear, me, Keena, Dayfry, Crush, everybody, take the time for that because we're trying to help you guys. We're trying to grow our brand. So make sure to follow OFAB. It'll help you guys a lot, make you guys better 2K players for 2K23. On Twitch _ on Twitch OFAB _ and then on Twitter _ OFAB. So make sure you guys drop follows, subscribe, all that.
Well, Fab, I want to thank you for coming on the podcast. I want to wish you nothing but success, and let's see where the cards fall and where you at in season 6 of the 2K League.
I appreciate you as always. Thank you for giving the players a voice to speak their mind. And have a great one, Kurt, man. You've been a great host. I appreciate you big time.
No doubt. At this time, I want to thank everybody who tuned in for this episode. Make sure you follow the OG2CENTS podcast on social media. That's Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, the OG2CENTS podcast. Also, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and all the other streaming platforms as well. As like I said, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, you name it. Make sure you give us a sub. Also, you can go to www.ogkingkurt.com for everything the OG2CENTS podcast and OG King Kurt. You can find anything you need or anything you want to know about the podcast and myself. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you go to control.com. Use the code OG King Kurt, all capital letters, one word. Get 15% off of their products. I use it. Now they have the meal to go bars. Very good, low on calories, good on protein, good on fiber, a lot of good minerals that you need. So make sure you go check that out, and it tastes very good, like the bottom of a cereal bowl. So make sure you check that out. Shout out to my team: Schroeder Visuals, Box Graphics, Matrix, and just everybody who contributes to the podcast. Christian Charisma. The show wouldn't be what it is without those guys. So big shout out to my team. You can catch me on Esports Extra every Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. on BNC Go. Esports Extra host Larry Ridley, the crew, Derwin Worrell, Coach K, Andrea Richmond, a.k.a. Bordy McBoard, Brandon Bell, Jay Alford, and Antonio Williams. So make sure you check out Esports Extra, like I said, every Saturday and Sunday, 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. on BNC Go. You can also stop by skulls.com/OGKingKurt. Grab your OG2CENTS podcast merch and your OG King Kurt merch. And you can use the discount code OG15% and get a discount off of any item on the site. So make sure you go there and shop today. Make sure you tune in to the next episode. And remember, if it makes sense, it's an OG2CENTS. OG out.
Put this work in, fellas. And much, much, much love to the entire 2K community for always showing me love. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here. Yeah.